Okay. Jason's going to leave this whole bit and I can tell. Good morning and welcome to Let's Be Frank on this lovely Friday morning. Today we are going to be talking about recognition in the workplace. Well, I don't know if we decided that it was in the workplace or just in general, but I think we're talking about it in the workplace. Do you want to add anything to that?
So recognition in the workplace, it's so obvious why that is important. One of the things we did quite a few years ago was develop an internal tool, because we have distributed teams, that allows us to recognize each other.
Yeah.
One of the considerations for me at the time was, and still is, that the recognition should go beyond just the job that you do.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be able to recognize people for, I don't know, just being nice people.
Yeah.
Doing things that humans do.
I was going to say, it sounds so terrible that we have to appreciate people for doing things that you should do as a good human being, but
I
think that
it's not like, it's not like we have a problem with people not doing those things. It's about we're not always mindful of in a public forum recognizing that.
Yeah.
And you used another word now that's very important, and that's appreciation.
Yeah.
It's something that we were made aware of in the PsyCan workshop.
Yes.
The importance of appreciation.
Yes. That was such a great exercise, just as a side note. Just taking 5 minutes to think about what you appreciate about a random person in the office.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yes. So the way that I see it and perceive it is, post the workshop, that's something that stuck with people.
Yeah.
And I definitely see more of that. And certainly myself, I try to be more mindful of that, and specifically look at what is it that I appreciate about people, and then to find the opportunity, or make the opportunity to tell them.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not like you can go around the office every day to everyone and say, I appreciate you for this and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But that, along with the recognition, I think are extremely important in terms of building a strong team.
Yes. So how do we expect people to use, just for our internal thing, how do we expect people to use Salute, our internal recognition software, most effectively?
Frequently.
Yeah.
As I said, it's about just when something happens, when somebody does something that you feel is worthy of recognition, just take the time and do it.
Yeah.
It is so simple to do.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm probably one of the worst offenders.
I'm also guilty, especially of late.
Yes. As I just said, I try to make a point to talk to people personally and express my gratitude and appreciation and thank them for the work that they do. But the point is we want to let the rest of the team know about these things that happen.
Yeah.
So I must make a commitment about either scheduling it in my calendar or just making it part of my daily routine or weekly routine. I can make notes. We all can make notes. Just a simple jot it down. Say, hey, when I get time or when I have that slot in my calendar, to just go onto the system and quickly recognize people.
Well, like you say, it's actually so simple to do, and there are so many opportunities to salute someone for something that they've done that's should be recognized. And I think from my side, I need to make a commitment to remind people it's about creating that awareness, because you do forget about it if it's not something that you think about every day. So
we see a lot of the one-on-one recognition happening, or the verbal recognition happening, even in the team environment and setup. But then the rest of our team are just not aware of it.
And it comes back to that praise in public, punish in private kind of human psyche thing. So people want to be recognized in a group environment.
And look, our system's gamified, and there's a leaderboard, and we, at the end of the quarter or the term, we recognize the person who got the most salutes, who got recognized the most. And it's not about, it's not so much about trying to get out on top. And I would obviously like to hear what people think about that. You know, is it a question of, well, maybe we remind people that we're getting towards the end of that specific period, and now people are kind of looking
waking
to
up.
jump up the leaderboard. It's not about that. It's not about the individual seeking recognition. It's about us as a team, making sure that we show our appreciation for what our colleagues do for us.
Yeah, definitely. I do think we need some feedback about it, and maybe we must ask a clarity survey about what people, we've done this before in the past, but we've got a lot of new people, a lot of young guys, and find out what they think we could do better, or how we could do it better. Or I know we've often had the argument amongst ourselves about what is salute worthy, or what is something that is worthy of a salute. And we created a little video that's up on YouTube to explain what we think is salute worthy, but there's so many different scenarios and environments where you could salute someone. So I think maybe we just need to discuss that again as a team, and what is the, I don't know, I suppose it's if you feel someone deserves appreciation for something that they've done.
Yes.
Appreciate them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In the workplace, outside the workplace, in a work context, outside of a work context, we want to celebrate and recognize when somebody achieves something outside of work.
Yeah.
We want to be aware of that, and make everyone else aware of that. So I've always been of the belief that if it is your job to make me a cup of tea, then you shouldn't expect to be, recognized on the platform for doing that.
But if I make you an exceptional cup of tea,
definitely, then you must be recognized.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it. We see quite a lot of that.
Yeah.
We see people recognizing the extra effort that goes in, or an exceptional job being done. That's the stuff that we want to share, and we want it to be shared amongst the team.
Cool. And I think you also touched on it, and it's going to be our next podcast. We're going to be talking about work-life balance is bullshit. But you touched on the fact that it doesn't have to be work-related. I mean, I remember one of our colleagues ran a marathon, and that's a great opportunity to salute someone because of the effort and the time and everything that goes into preparing for that. And that obviously affects the person that they are at work, which we'll talk about in the next episode.
Fantastic. Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much for listening, and see you next week. Cheers.